All right, well, today I am exploring. Just I was looking at a map and this little area looked kind of cool. So I just decided to pick that spot, see what I find. I'm actually just I was gonna chill for like a few minutes before I filmed anything, but I saw this. So there we go. A nice arch to start it out. I like it. So here's what it looks like where I am. Beautiful, perfect day. And we'll see what we find. Just the usual. If you've ever watched any of we have a fork here, left or right. If you've watched any of my videos, I just kind of go with the flow and see what I find. It's kind of interesting there, how those are positioned. Looks like a stick leaning and kind of in between two others. I think we'll go this way. Let's see what we got. Here's a closer look at that. It looks like it's actually broken. And right here is a stick there's one that's like almost bent in the back, and here's one, both without any bark on them. And it does have a trace of an intentional look right here to these. Nowhere else right here, but that right there that I was just looking at, and these right here. So we will see what we find today. It's just nice to be out at all. I didn't leave myself just one little short slot of time. I have a little more time, but I'm still probably not going to be out for too long on this one. Maybe an hour or something. I was actually just looking at those. The ones that are crossed. Another one there, and then I looked over to the right, and it looks kind of like this, which is over that one. Kind of holds that down for an arch, and then there's a stick just kind of hanging out in there. Even the end of it looks like it has possibly a little intentionality to it. I don't consider myself any kind of tracker or anything like that. I just look around and observe, but I noticed this one looks like a berry sitting there, and I'm not seeing any plants that have berries on them, so that's kind of interesting. It's like something grabbed some berries and dropped one. Just noticed it. I don't typically scour the ground that carefully for things like that, but I'm seeing this right there, and that interesting little break right there that looks kind of twisted. I actually thought I was filming, but I wasn't. But I was saying, if there's people, someone watching this video that hasn't seen a few of my videos, right now I'm in an area that's known for Sasquatch activity, and in the Midwest, and not really looking to find but just rather go out and explore and see what looks interesting out here. Like all these trees that are uprooted. And I'm sure some people will say that's definitively wind. And it could be wind. It's kind of odd how they're three of them right here. That would make you think it's wind. I don't know if there's any indicators here. Although, now that I said that, I just did see one that kind of follows a theme that I've talked about before. I guess it would actually be more of a pattern. One of my last videos, I talked about how is it possible, they're one a cute little chipmunk, that Sasquatch could push over big trees for the purpose of building arches. And here's two big trees. It's just a bit of a pattern. And I'm also noticing how they're crossed over with that one and that one. But right here is a bit of an arch. There's an arch that's basically tucked in. And there looks like another one. Kind of tucked in underneath this tree. And it has a little broken branch on it right there. Just observing, but once I start seeing that, I start suspecting handiwork. Talked about it a few times. I don't see any other way for arches to be formed besides by hands. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. Just exploring and wondering and just observing, noticing patterns, and arches I think means something personally, and maybe that means something about these. I see that one's kind of leaning on that tree right there. Here's another one with the root out. Pretty cool. And there's another broken tree, nowhere near any one of these big ones, but wow, it's almost like they're all connected, because if you look, this is part of one of those, or at least another one that's laying down, and it's connected to that one right there, which is broken up there. And then right over here is another pile of these that are kind of just look slightly organized. Seen quite a bit of that. I've seen groups of sticks laid across logs where there were so many in some areas that there's just no way I feel that they could have fallen that way. Look like they were placed. And then ever since I've seen it again, I don't know what it could mean. Maybe how many members of the tribe or clan. Maybe big sticks for the bigger grown-up members and smaller ones for younger adolescents and such. Just a guess. Let me know if you have any thoughts on that. What you think. And now I'm just kind of deciding on a direction. Kind of thinking this kind of looked a little more clear this way. Brings us to a hill, which possibly means a creek bed. I think I'm down. It's gonna be a hike back up, but what the heck? I'll go check it out. And yeah, I'll probably just explore this little section of creek bed down the bottom of here and call it a day, head back to camp and do the camping thing, start a fire, whatever. Sometimes I have fire, sometimes I don't. Nice and open here though. I love that. And wildlife sounds, we have one bird whistle kind of thing. Some buzzing, a couple little chirps. Yeah, let's go check that out. All right, so straight down, it's kind of clear. To the left, it's like a bunch of young trees, so I'm gonna just move towards that and see if there's anything that stands out inside there, and then head down there and hopefully find like a nice creek bed down there and check that out. Doesn't look like a whole lot of obvious big stuff all through there, but I am seeing this one broken tree. I don't know if that points down there, maybe, the way that goes. Not sure. I see those and I wonder, do they point? Or are they just broken? So many questions. Shotgun shell. People have been hunting up here. Maybe they just hung out right here and just watched down there. I guess I could see why. I can imagine if you just sat here and got real quiet, you might see some stuff pass by. There's a broken branch up that tree. None of the others are broken though. Not really seeing a creek yet, maybe across there, but it's open, which is so cool. Like a hollow or holler. And it's on the quiet side. Not dead silent, but it's kind of quiet down here. Except for that whistle. That's actually a ways away. Down the bottom of the hill. It's pretty steep. I just came down it. And interesting start. We have some pretty cool looking breaks. We've got that one there. And this one is unique, I would say. It's like hung up on part of it. That's an odd way for that to break. I think I'm seeing an arch right over there. That's cool. I'll use that as my first indicator of a direction to head in. Looks like there might have been some traffic through here. Yeah, that looks like an arch right there. Beautiful. Absolutely love these. Look at that. It's just cool looking and beautiful. Nature. Early fall or almost fall. Couple weeks. Gosh, I think it's just over a week away actually. Huh. And here's the open area. How cool. Man, it is just so cool looking down here. There's the sun. There's the open area down the bottom. Interesting. Right through the Y. It does look like a creek bed right there. That makes me happy. I love that. I kind of love all of it though. Definitely have found a passion that I didn't realize I would have. And never mind the beauty of nature and the wilderness, which I didn't realize I would enjoy so much. If you told me that when I lived in the city, I would have just said that sounds kind of boring. But then the whole mystery of Sasquatch. Wow. Just, oh man, it's just an unending mystery for me. So many questions. All right, kind of uphill there. That's straight ahead. And here we have beauty. I don't see anything holding this one down. There's a couple more interesting bends right there. And an amazing creek bed. Look at that. You know, I don't know about you guys, but when I see a creek bed with mud and such, I think of footprints. And recently was listening to a Sasquatch Chronicles story. Look at that. And these people had a very definitive experience with a group of Sasquatch actually chasing them. And they went back to look at the area the next day to see if there was prints or anything. And they said it looked like something was dragged. Like, to me, it sounds like they're rubbing out their prints, which makes sense to me. With the lack of prints that I've seen, I think they cover them up or step where they're not going to leave one a majority of the time. I was just clicked on one of the videos by Leanne at Southern Ontario Sasquatch, and she was in some remote area in Canada and found some amazing prints up there. But hey, you know, maybe it's a place where people don't go and they don't really worry about it. Another thought is maybe they leave them sometimes on purpose. That's cool. Look at that. That's a beauty. It's like shiny. My backpack is creaking. I've got a few things in it. Look at that. Oh, I love these little valleys or whatever with the ridges, the creek beds. And yeah, this has ridges or whatever on both sides, so I think that would shield a lot of the wind from coming down here. Speaking of possible prints, I don't know. It almost looks like a heel there and a foot there, maybe. Not definitive, but just looking and possible. This is just beautiful right here. Look at that. Be so cool to just hear a huge tree just come down right now. Perfectly calm day. I know not everybody thinks that sounds cool. I get it. And you got different interpretations. What could it mean? And is anybody right? I don't know. I got mine, you got yours. There's another broken stick. Sun up there. Beautiful hill. Yeah, so on these videos, I don't just look only at Sasquatch stuff that I think might be like this right here, but just, you know, general beauty. Any animals that I see or just anything cool. The whole experience. Anything that I find along the way. I just like to go, explore, see what I find, and take anyone who'd like to come along with me. People that can't get out, or people that just want to chill, maybe shut off the news and just vicariously through me spend a little time in nature. There's some timing for you right there, huh? But yeah, I noticed it kind of looked like an open big open area. And that's basically what it's turning out to be down low. It's cool down here. And yeah, so, and it's just got a cool shape to it on the map. So I just thought it would be neat to check this out. There's that spectacularly cool looking, whatever you call that, where I came from. And my plan today is basically hook a right here and go like that way, and then just go kind of along and just kind of check out this one area here. But man, every time I see something like that, I just want to go and go and go. I've got a number of these creeks etched in my mind for, you know, to-do list, bucket list, or whatever. I'm checking out this cool looking sort of magical looking tree here. That's cool. Reminds me of like wizards and stuff. And so yeah, there's the creek bed. There's a fun day right ahead through there. Did decide to follow a little of this creek because it's actually, I was kind of looking at the map again, and what I heard, kind of weird. There we go. Sounds like a squirrel. And it goes a little this way, what I was thinking of checking out, so just go a little bit this way and see what it's like. Apart from beautiful, there's a nice arch. By the way, I see stuff like that. I don't know if it's a glyph. I mean, obviously that stick's broken and they're crossed. So I leave them alone. And look, there's a feather right there. So it kind of looks meaningful to me. Those are broken off the ends of that one. And that feather especially, that's pretty cool. So I'm kind of thinking I'll hook that right. I was planning on to that fallen tree. See if there's anything cool there and anywhere along the way here. One of the recent times I was on a creek bed, there was all these like broken geodes that were just like split open with those really pretty pieces all showing. So yeah, we got this here. What do we have here? Looks like just a fallen tree. Some beautiful sunlight out there. And the creek goes snaking through that way. The big guy came from up there. A break way up and down. It's kind of tangled up with this tree right here. That's pretty cool. The tree almost looks bent to get over there and get intertwined with the top of that. Here I see it's kind of like an arch. That looks like it's bent down and tucked under this. And right over here, there's these two sticks that are both chopped off and leaning And right there is the top of that tree is broken off and then propped up. That's a healthy young tree. I don't see a tree like that breaking too easily, and there's another branch there. It's fully alive. Top of it's just snapped right off and placed right there. Ooh, you know, I was just thinking I haven't seen a whole lot of arches, but that is cool. So we have that. Looks like it's tucked under that log, an old one. And here's that. And then there's another broken one here. So I think it's cool how the top of that tree is. And then there's that broken branch and another one that are just, I feel like that kind of makes it almost more odd. The fact that this branch right here is hanging out and this one along with that one. 3 broken branches all hung up. And there's that little arch that I was just looking at. It's kind of interesting there. A random tree with all the bark at the bottom. What could that be? Could that be from like sort of insects? If it was, would it show marks underneath the bark? Or does somebody peel the bark off for some reason? Medicinal properties maybe, painkiller or something. All the way up, all the bark's gone. Almost like a backwards jinx, because I was just scanning this area. And I was just looking at it thinking, well, here's an area that isn't loaded with arches like a lot that I have looked at lately. And it's not, but as I was thinking that, I looked right through there and it does look like there's a pretty bold one right there. I'll check that out. As I was heading towards that, I noticed this right here. And you can see it tucked under that piece and under those. And that looks, I'm gonna guess that that is from this year or last year. That little tree, I don't know how much trees grow, but obviously you can tell these have been here a long time. Pretty cool. And then this one up here looks like it's been here for a long time. This arch. There's kind of a bend over there too. It's connected up top of that one. I think it was Long Island Bigfoot who planted into my head the idea of a lot of this woodcraft, as Squatchman would call it, being connected. Here's this one. And there's a really cool looking creek bed here. That one's there. And then there's these right here too. I'm definitely on a well-worn path here. Having heard a gunshot, who knows why it's all worn out. That's kind of intriguing. Those rocks. I mean, how long has this thing been here? That has been there for ages. How'd those rocks get up there? Huh. That's a new one. And they're held up by this tree. What are the chances? Then there's all those there. But sometimes I feel like if you look at stuff, maybe you can tell something might have been intentional. Like that's just... Those big pieces of rock that were very heavy somehow ended on top of this thing that's ages old. And they're held up by that. This one right here. Which also has all these across it. That's pretty cool. Really, I don't know what you call that, narrow, maybe possibly creek. That's cool. Creek bed, kinda, yeah. That's wild. Closer look at the rocks tucked in there. They would never stay there, I don't think, without that tree. I mean, they're on the edge. That's wild. It's pretty open this way. Creek bed. So yeah, it's a couple pieces like these. Look how heavy they are. Nah, it's not too bad, but still. It's definitely peculiar. Sure is beautiful. Thinking we'll follow the creek. There's a pretty cool hill right there. Look at that beauty right there. That's not held down by anything either. So now we're back near those trees that were broken where I started, and I wonder if you can see what I can see. Probably not, but it'll probably get obvious here in a second. Look at that. Another beautiful arch next to some huge broken trees. There's another one over there. That branch. I wonder if that's a lightning strike. It almost looks a little burnt. But there you go. It's that one. And that one. And right behind this one, I'm seeing that tree that's just bent right down and hooked all in that stuff. And this branch right here is also, looks like it's all hooked in. Another pattern I started noticing is like branches that are shaped like an arch. Another one across the creek. It's kind of connecting with these right here. This one is just broken off something. And there's another one of those piles. Some will probably say that's just some sticks that fell, and some others will probably say that was intentionally placed there, possibly a glyph. Beautiful. There's the sun back there. Grateful I couldn't ask for much better weather than this. Here is all that from the backside. And here is the direction I'm headed. Goes and goes. More temptation. So definitely getting to the end of this excursion. There's some beauties right there. Might take a closer look over there, look around a little bit. This creek bed is just so inviting. That's just really cool looking over there. I see something really cool that I'll be one of my last places that I want to check, and then whatever else in between that and heading back. Do you see some cool stuff in there too? Odd. Huh. Maybe back up and take a look at the big picture here, if anyone sees anything. That's what's around me. I'm gonna guess somebody is gonna think that could be a Sasquatch toothpick. Well, this is my turning around spot. I'm just kind of taking a look. There's not a bunch of stuff jumping out like a lot of places, which is good for the contrast too. Because I've explored quite a few places, and some of those areas with all the arches, that's just not common. Where I've gone. Get a little. All right, so we'll film on the way. There's a beautiful arch I want to look at. It looks like it's been there a while. It's kind of right up that way. that again. Looked like a K on the other side. Now it almost looks like a cross and an arrow. Arrow like facing that way. But that arch right there kind of stood out to me. Older one. And there's one above it. Beautiful. This whole area. And a deer stand. That is pretty cool. So here's this arch. There's that one. This one right here. But in the middle, look at that. Look at this whole thing here. That's interesting looking. Right back there. And there's those. Hey, here's my owl calls. Thank you, owl. Thank you for the owl calls. Beautiful. That's the way I like to end my day. Wow, that's perfect. Beautiful. Look at how that's broken up there. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Perfect. I couldn't ask for anything more right now. My cup is full. Thank you up there. You're beautiful. Perfect. Oh, there's a response. That's where that one was. Maybe that's a female, higher pitched. That's awesome. Some birds over there. What an awesome moment. Beautiful. That one just moved from like there. It moved over. Like it was. It was up there. Now it's there. That's where the other one is. How cool. Beautiful. Is that it? Did that do the trick, or whatever they need? Locate each other. So cool. Look at that. Jungle. Well, that was a perfect ending. Thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you guys out there. That was beautiful. Thank you. On that note, I'm gonna end. No way. So it was there. First it was there, then there. Now it's there. Wow. That is cool. I don't think I've ever observed that before. Like moving locations like that. That is so cool. Where's the other one? I'm rooting for you, owl. Look at this. Well, as we head back, we're gonna just keep rolling. The very worst case scenario, you're gonna appreciate some nature and stuff. Best case scenario, get a few more beautiful owl calls on this perfect day. And then head back and have a nice night at camp. It's cooler, so it's that nice sleep weather. Got the extra blanket out. Oh, look at that. I didn't see that one yet. Beautiful. That was a lot of owl calls. That was awesome. All right, so yeah, here's the broken trees, and then from about there, I'm gonna head back. Kind of curious about something here. Is that an actual tree, or I don't want it. It feels like it's got roots. I was thinking it might be a stick stuck in the ground. What we got here? Huh. Little carpet thing. Couple of them. Huh. How'd they get down here? All right. Well, I'm about to hit that hill, so I won't be filming. So once again, thank you, Mother Nature, for those owl calls. And that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching and coming along. Hope you enjoyed. Gonna end it out on these broken trees. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Blessings. Wow. That was beautiful. That was so good. Thank you. That's so beautiful. Bless you. Oh my goodness, thank you. That's magnificent. Wow. I'm not sure how to do that. Thank you. Bless you. That's such a beautiful sound. Wow. That's a real gift. Thank you. It is an honor to hear that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings to you. Wow. That's so beautiful. Thank you, Mighty One. You're magnificent. Bless you. Thank you. I think you just moved closer. That's so amazing. Thank you. You're amazing. Sometimes I wish some of my people knew about you. Thank you. Bless you. It's so wonderful. That is an honor to hear that. Thank you.